Tell me about HEARSE. What kind of demographic does that attract?
A bunch of very, very weird people.
Dude, there's going to be so many people fucking in the back of hearses at this event.
Yeah, hopefully me too.
Is that your goal, to get laid in a hearse?
That'd be pretty sick.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Dakota.
Oh, hey, Dakota. Dakota, like North and South Dakota.
Oh, absolutely.
What's up, Dakota? How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I got off work. I'm working on my hearse right now, getting ready for HEARSECon this weekend.
Shut the fuck up. There is no such thing as HEARSECon.
Dead ass. It's in Denver, Colorado. A few hundred hearses go. We have like 100 vendors, some live music. It's a pretty sick time.
Get the fuck out. You're literally dead ass.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you just like wait, hold on. I have a question. Do you work for like a funeral thing, or do you just drive a hearse as your personal car?
I drive a hearse as my daily driver. I work in the Halloween industry whenever that comes around, so like as a scare actor. And I won the hearse earlier this year at a Halloween trade show and expo.
You won a hearse? What was the competition?
Yeah. It's just a charity giveaway. So you buy raffle tickets, and all the money goes towards charity. The hearse is donated from a funeral home, so it was just retired earlier this year. And, they give it away. Okay, and I just got lucky.
And this is your day-to-day vehicle. You go grocery shopping in this hearse.
Oh, absolutely. I was just at Walmart actually buying spray cans earlier.
Do you get weird looks on the street?
All the time. I mean, it's not every day you see a hearse, and mine's a little pimped out, so, you know.
What do you mean pimped out? What is that? How do you pimp out a hearse?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of like stainless steel art pieces I made on the side because, it's a big like canvas top. So I have a bunch of like flowers and leaves on the side. I have a special hood ornament I made with like a bat on top of a skull, like it swings out. Eventually I'd like to get some underglow. We'll lower it, but I just got earlier this year, so we got some time to do that.
And you say you work in the Halloween industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I help maintain like the Halloween animatronics, like the little crappy scary monsters that jump out at you, and then I'm also a scare actor.
Is that your full-time job? Is that like do you spend 11 months of the year preparing for Halloween?
I wish. That's a part of the dream, but right now I'm a metal artist. I actually make big metal cactuses as a full-time job, and then, for 4 or 5 months of the year, whenever I have free time, I help out with our local haunted house.
Whoa. You're a cool cookie, Dakota. This is fascinating.
Thank you.
Do you ever make like this feels like a Burning Man thing? Like you ever make a sculpture for that?
I've wanted to. I actually learned about Burning Man through you. I was listening to your podcast earlier, and y'all were talking about going to Burning Man.
So you make big metal sculptures?
Yeah, primarily cactuses. I work for a Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I work for a company, and all we do is we make metal cactuses. I do all of their bigger saguaro cactuses, anywhere from 7 feet up to 21 feet tall. So
what's so funny is I love the various like things that exist that keep people employed. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Like that's such a specific thing that you work for this is a company? How many people work at this metal cactus company?
More than you think. I think right now we have close to like 40 employees.
You have 40
we do a lot
employees.
of deals with Costco's and stuff. So
you do a lot of what?
Oh, I like deals with Costco. So like I live in Kansas, which is such a weird place to have a cactus company. And then we ship everything out to like Nevada, Arizona. A bunch of like casinos buy her stuff.
What is the okay? Because the economics of places is interesting to me. Like maybe I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I remember I went to Coachella one year, and I was driving from Los Angeles to the Coachella Valley, and along that route is a bunch of like really small California towns with like low populations. And I was driving and I saw a mattress store in this small town. And I was like, how many people a year in this town need to buy a mattress and go to this place so that it can pay rent and pay for all of these like employees? You know what I mean? Like how many?
Yeah.
What is the market demand for metal cactuses?
You'd be very surprised, to be honest with you. So we're constantly, like with our bigger sculptures, everything's made to order. Right now we have like a 4-month wait on our Saguaro cactuses. But then we do a lot of like high production volume stuff that goes into Costco and stuff like that. I mean, we just fulfilled like a 6,000 count, 5 foot tall, like Saguaro cactus order for Costco. So, I mean, we're constantly busy. Our slowest time is January and February. And even then we're barely keeping up with demand.
Why do people want these metal cactuses? No offense to, I don't know what they. No. But why do people want these things?
I honestly cannot tell you. I mean, it's just yard art. So like we deal with a lot of landscapers, and it looks pretty in your yard. But our stuff is way too expensive. I would never buy anything from us. I mean,
what's a metal cactus? Yeah, what's a metal cactus run you?
Yeah, so like the cheapest cactus I make is a 7-foot tall cactus, and it goes like $1,800. Then our 9-foot one goes up to $2,500, and then it just goes up from there. I mean, we have cactuses that cost like $17,000.
Dakota, who the fuck is buying these cactuses?
I don't know. I don't deal with our customers. I just make the shit.
You don't know how do you not know that? You know what? Actually, I actually think it's great that you don't know that because, you've just been spending years of your life making big metal cactuses and not asking any questions about it, really.
I mean, sometimes I'll ask like, who bought this big order, and then they'll just say, "Oh, some casino in Vegas." I'm like, all right, that's, I guess, good enough for me. Is it kosher if you plug this? Because I want to see these cactuses. Yeah, absolutely. Our company is called Desert Steel.
Is that on Instagram?
And yeah, you can see Instagram, Facebook. We have our website. Like I said, we do a lot of cheaper stuff. I just do a lot of the more expensive, lower volume stuff. So like I think our cheapest thing is like 100, 150.
Okay, here we go.
And then, yeah.
I'm on your guys' website right now. Okay, shop. These are all metal cactuses. Wait, okay, I will say this. These look really cool.
Yeah, they look good.
This is not an ad, by the way. This seems like a very elaborate ad. I promise it's not. Yeah, like I'm looking at this 5-piece Mexican fence post. Okay, yeah. This looks really cool, but like, who the fuck is spending $700 to buy this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Like, it has to be really rich people. I mean, I don't know that. I've never met the type of person that wants to spend that much money for yard art. I mean, I'll buy cheap stuff that's like $50, but I wouldn't spend anything over like $150.
No, you guys have some cheap stuff. Okay, look at this. This is a metal prickly pear cactus. That's only $160. But still, I'm looking at it has 327 reviews. Dude, people are actually buying this shit. This is insane.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people buy this stuff.
All right, hold on.
Which blows me away.
Our story. I'm looking at the Our Story part of the website.
Yeah.
And it says, our pieces stand firm through rain, snow, wind, and sun, and structurally should last a lifetime. That's not the fucking story. That tells me nothing about this.
I know. I mean, our story, I can share some dirt about our story, because, like, our boss fucked over his brother really hard to make the company. Like, there's some dirt, but...
I mean, okay, first of all, I'm excited to hear about this, because this sounds like an HBO documentary in the making.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Go ahead, break the story. What's the dirt? If you're at liberty to say, I don't want to get you.
Oh, yeah,
trouble.
I am. No, there's no way they listen to this. So our boss, his name is Eric, and let's just call his brother Jason just for the story. So Eric and Jason were looking at starting this company, and then Eric stole all the plans from Jason and then went with his stepdad to start the company, and Jason kind of got left in the dirt. So then Jason started up a rival company that makes, like, exclusively palm trees, and now he's trying to get into the cactus industry. So you have this family that's split apart between Eric and Jason because Eric wanted to run off and not wait for his brother. So we have a little rival company.
Oh, you have a rival company started by the
his
CEO's brother?
Yes.
Oh, shit. That actually is pretty intense. There's a fucking metal... That's so stupid that there's two of these companies. I'd get it if there was one. But how's the brother company doing?
I don't know. I hear they pay better, though, so I'm kind of looking at going over there.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's... You know what? I feel... Here's the thing is... Okay, so your brother basically made a spite... not your brother. The CEO's brother basically made a spite company.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So here's the thing. Here's how you, Dakota. Here's how you can benefit is because, listen, I don't know how much money these people have. Apparently, if they're selling this many $2,500 cactuses, it's probably a lot. But
they have a lot of money.
I'm sure they have a lot of money. So here's the thing: the brother, right? If you already work for the company that his company exists solely to spite, you're a very attractive laborer. Because he would want you only so that his brother cannot have you.
You're right.
So you're in a strong bargaining position here.
I really am. I could make so much more money and fuck over my current company.
Do you not like this current company? You seem like you don't like him.
Management wise, it's kind of shitty. People wise, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a job at the end of the day.
Okay. I can tell you don't like it because you don't seem... the fact that you're talking about all of this on the podcast right now makes me think that you're like... You just have this thing of like, they're probably not going to hear this, but if they do, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking to spice up my life a little bit, so if I get fired, it is what it is.
Okay, great. I'm happy to help you get fired.
Thank you.
Where did you hear that the brother company's paying more?
I heard from the plant manager, because we've actually already lost one person over there, and I was just talking to our manager about it. Like, oh yeah, they're paying a little bit more because he knows I'm unhappy, and he's just a genuine cool guy. So like, if there's a better opportunity, he's cool with you taking it.
So what's your boss's name? The guy who owns the company, or you can give him a fake name, Eric. Is he pissed?
No, I gave him his real name.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Is he pissed off that that his brother took someone?
Yes and no. It really doesn't. Eric is rarely there, so it really doesn't get to him. But I know he found out, and the day he found out, he was absolutely pissed. So I'm just going to say it was that, but it might have not been.
Here's the thing: this guy Eric? I don't know him, and maybe he'll listen to this someday. But he should. I can't imagine him living a life where he's pissed off about anything. You know what I mean? Because here's why I say that. Here's why I say that. Is like, look, if you, and I say it, by the way, I'm going to say this from pure personal experience. Okay? If you start a successful business doing something really stupid, like dressing up as a gecko or selling $2,500 cactuses, at a certain point you have to go, the fact that I was ever able to do this in the first place is a hilarious cosmic gift. You know what I mean? So like if your brother poaches your golden cactus company, you got to just be like, we had a great run on this stupid cactus company. None of this should have ever worked.
You're so right.
None of it. There's no reason. There's no reason we live in a. There's no reason this guy should be able to sell $2,500 golden cactuses. I mean, I'm just bullshitting. I don't mean any of this, but I mean, I also do a little bit, but
you should.
It's just funny. It's just funny to me. It's just funny. I'm gonna keep looking at this guy's website. Where the fuck? How the fuck is he doing this? How do you get started with this? This is insane.
Oh yeah, they just started small
guy
by going to art shows.
Look at Jesus fucking Christ! Look at this, dude. Look at this. Desert Steel's metal Joshua tree. You can buy a metal Joshua tree from this website for $5,000. And it has 27 reviews. 27 people bought this.
Would it surprise you if we're constantly selling them? Like, we're behind on those too. We have 3 dedicated workers only doing the Joshua trees, and we're still behind.
Who the fuck are these? Look at this. Look at this. Elena L., verified buyer. Our HOA sent a nasty message for planting it without permission. We felt very smug when we told them that it's a metal sculpture and thus not under their jurisdiction. What a life this person lives. What a life to write a review about the $5,000 Joshua tree. This is so funny. This is insane. Hold on, that's not even the most that's not even the most expensive. What's the $17,000 one?
Yeah, so that one is special order. If you go under Serraros on our website, then you can go, there's like 2 options. One's for torch cactuses. The other one's for like normal Serraros. That's all the cactuses I make. And on our website, cool. We only go up to 14 feet. But we do a bunch of custom orders for a 17-foot cactus.
All right, here we go. We got a Saguro torch. $369. 594 reviews.
Yeah, those are the ones we sell in Costco. So
they're all 5-star reviews. They're basically 100% 5-star reviews. So do you feel proud about that?
Yeah. I used to make them, and I wish I could say I gave a fuck when I made them, but they're pretty cool. I have 2 at my house.
Okay, look. Oh, wait. Okay, all right. Here we go. This is a metal cactus, 17 feet high, $11,000, 52 reviews. I need to read these reviews. I need to know who these people are that are buying this cactus. This is a great website. I could spend all day on here. Someone said, someone just wrote, worth the money, great quality. This is crazy. How much does like a real one cost?
I got no clue. But I know that you have to like care for them a lot. They live forever and they take forever to grow. So I just know you need to like buy an adult one, that's pretty expensive, or you can buy a baby one, but then, you know, by the time you're 80, it'll probably be like 4 feet tall.
I'm truly aghast at the existence of this company that you work at. And they're doing great.
Hey,
they're doing great. Look at this. And 9. I swear on my life, this is not an advertisement. I swear on my life, it's not. I really, if you're asking me, I don't think you should buy these, but I am excited. Not because, and no offense to you, Dakota. I'm sure that they are great quality products. I'm sure that they're great, but I mean, this is insane that this exists.
Trust me, no offense taken. Like I said, I would not buy them either.
Do you have any? I mean, you make them. Do you keep any?
Yeah. I take home like the fucked up ones. So yeah, I got like a 7-foot one. I got a few 5-foot ones. Yeah, I remember one day I took like $1,500 worth of product home just because it was all fucked up. That was a good day.
Why don't you get into the business, Dakota? I feel like if you're the one making the fucking thing, why don't you just, you know?
Yeah, they did like a fuck ton of patents. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, they got that shit locked down.
Are you not? But I don't know. If I were in your position, I would just be like, wow, people will spend a lot of money on, again, no offense. I'm sure these are very well crafted. I truly, I'm sure that they are a great product, but are you not at this job being like, I have the skills to make stuff, and I am seeing firsthand that people will spend exorbitant amounts of money on like random stupid things. Are you not inspired by this? Are you not like, let me go start make golden shrimp that people can buy or whatever?
I am very inspired by it. So like I said, with my hearse, like I made stuff. I'm a metal artist by trade. Before I got into the cactus business, I was a metal artist at like a hand-blown glass shop. And then, yeah, now I'm in the cactus business, I guess. And in my free time now, I just make like metal art pieces. And, yeah, slowly we're making movies.
You're making movies? Yes.
Me and my best friend, we just produced a horror movie for Shudder coming out this December.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool. Is it did you guys write it together?
Yeah, we wrote it and we fully self-produced it.
Cool. Oh, that's so awesome. And how does that work? Did you pitch it to Shudder first? Did you make it and then you sold it to them?
Yeah, so we had the script, we pitched it to them. They said, yep, go ahead and do it. And we fully self-produced it. And now we're in the stage where Shudder has it, and they're going to edit all of it, do all that junk, and we get paid.
Oh, sick. So, wait, so when you say you sell, like, who fronted the money for it? Was it them or you?
It was me and my friend. It's a super low-budget, shitty horror movie.
And then, so you guys fronted it, and then Shudder paid you for it, and so you made a profit on it.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk about the movie? I have so many questions. You're a fascinating individual, Dakota.
Thank you.
What do you want to talk? What's the movie about?
Yeah, so it's a horror movie. It kind of takes advantage of like the Groundhog Day concepts, you know, like the day repeating kind of bullshit. So we have this cult. The leader of the cult is called the Catcher of Human Grime. And anyways, this cult, they get stuck in a time loop and they have to meet like this kill quota. So we have a bunch of like really creepy, weird kills in the movie. And this one person gets thrown into the cult and they realize all the shit that's going on. So then they try to break out of the cult in the time loop. Like I said, it's a really crappy horror movie, but they paid for it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Man, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Was this your first movie?
It was. Yeah. It was my first time ever doing film, and it was just something me and my friend were passionate about. We got a bunch of people together and just did it.
Making movies is really, really hard.
Yeah, it was. We had 7 days of filming for an hour and 20 long minute movie, and it was 7 days of hell. But I mean, it was a lot of fun. That's for sure.
Wow, interesting. Is that what you want to... Are you hoping to do more of that? Like, are you going to make another one, or are you like, that was too much?
Yeah, we're creating an LLC this summer called Wild Goose Productions. And then from there, we are working on a short film to enter in contests. And we're just going to keep on hacking away at it until we get something, or it's a creative outlet. It's our passion. So
you're a hearse enthusiast, horror filmmaker, metal cactus maker.
Yeah.
Are you happy, Dakota? Do you like life?
I do. I love life.
That's great.
Yeah. Like, just love going out doing stuff. I mean, money's not, I always do stuff on cheap. Money's not a reason not to. Just figure it out while you get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about HEARSE. What kind of demographic does that attract?
A bunch of very, very weird people. A lot of people in the haunted house industry, they drive hearses full time. Then you have people that are just kind of interested in the dead and the morbid stuff. That's pretty much your demographic. You got a bunch of goth people that drive hearses. Yeah. And like I said, you have 100 vendors all tailored to like hearse and gothic style. Same with that. You got music. I think we have 4 live musicians throughout this Saturday, all Saturday playing. And then, so it's a 4-day event. Thursday, that's today, we're missing it. But instead of like, the Olympics, they do like the torch burning. They do a body burning event in a casket to kind of start off the festivities. And then Friday, they have a super long parade of just hearses and old ambulances. Saturday is the main day for the public, where anyone that has a hearse can go. They get in free. And then, all the vendors, like I said. And then Sunday rounds it out, where everyone that drives a hearse, it's like a meeting event where you can go to a local park and just kind of chat with everyone.
I'm on the website. Okay, wait. First of all, with a casket burning, is there a real human being in that?
No.
Okay. Second of all, I'm on the Hearse Club. I'm on hearseclub.com/HearseCon, and I'm reading about this right now. They have hearse girls.
Yes.
Like girl.
I wish I could talk more about it, but this is my first year, which is super exciting.
Oh, this is your first year.
Yeah, I won the hearse this February. So I'm just now like in this little fan club community.
They have a hearse cruising event. It says, have you ever experienced the immense fun of blocking traffic in all directions with the help of dozens of other hearses? Join us as we rule the streets in 22-foot-long cars. This is insane.
Yeah.
Where is this? This is in Nevada?
Denver.
This is in Denver.
Denver, Colorado. Yep.
Wow. Oh my God, this is going to be awesome.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Do they do this every year?
Yes.
All right. Next year I might have to go to HearseCon. I'm sure that there's
no way
fascinating individuals here. I got to remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. 5 day. It's 4 days of dames, death, and depravity. They probably have awesome after. Dude, there's gonna be so many people fucking in the back of hearses at this event.
Yeah, hopefully me too.
Is that your goal to get laid in a hearse?
That'd be pretty sick. It's on my bucket list for sure. Just like trying to find the right weird girl that wants to fuck in the back of a hearse.
Oh, this seems to be the place to find people who are down to have sex in the back of a hearse.
You're right.
Okay. Yeah, you got to call back in at some point, and I want to hear more about how this went. Who are the musical acts? Who's performing?
I got no clue, to be honest with you. I'm just going for the festivities and to take it all in.
I don't know what this is. The Decay and Shine Hearse show. What are the? Yeah, okay. They got a lot of vendors. This is crazy. Okay. As for the money aspect, this event is free for hearse drivers. I promise this is not an advertisement for HearseCon. I'll endorse HearseCon. We have gone to great lengths to make sure every part. This is like a free event.
Yeah.
Damn, the whole thing is damn. The hearse community is great. What a great! I love niche, weird little things.
I can tell, Mr. Gecko.
What do you like about hearses so much, Dakota?
I'm not a truck guy, but I do love storage. So a hearse is just a truck with a top on it. That's how I look at it. I do have a casket in the back of my hearse right now, which takes up a lot of room. But like when we're shooting the movie, it was an absolute joy to have because you can just fill up the hearse full of everything you need to shoot on location. And space is not an issue. Gas mileage is okay, and it's a super nice Cadillac that. So I want a 2004 Cadillac hearse that only has 40,000 miles on it. The whole thing's pristine. And they're pretty cheap if you did want to buy one. It's just kind of a life hack, I guess. I don't know.
I ask again, there's no person in the casket, is there?
Normally there's a skeleton, but right now he's at work.
Wait, what?
So normally, like those really crappy Halloween skeletons?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, normally I keep it in the casket, but yep.
Aren't we all just skeletons at work?
We are.
I'm going to ask the chat. Really I'm streaming live on Twitch right now. I'm going to ask the Twitch chat if they have any questions, if you guys want to put some questions in the chat, and I'll read them out. So do you use the hearse for like you never have worked for like a procession?
No. It was being used earlier this year. It got retired in February, but I've never used it in a procession.
Someone said, "I'm so stupid. I thought this guy was talking about horses the whole time."
Oh.
Okay. Someone says, "What do you typically haul in the hearse?"
Right now, it's just been a casket, but because I haul a bunch of metal stuff, whenever I buy pinball machines, arcade games, stuff like that, throw it in the back. Has the rollers, so everything slides super easily, and then all the movie stuff for like productions.
The way you said that, whenever I buy pinball machines, as if that's like a monthly purchase for you.
I wish it was. One day.
What's the gas mileage? What's it get to the gallon?
On the freeway, I can get around 17. Streets, it's around 13 to 14.
How'd you get into metalworking?
I really wanted to build the Halloween animatronics in the Halloween industry. And then I just went to welding school at a local community college, did that for 2 years. And then I found a local glassblowing shop that picked me up, and that's how I fell into art and everything like that.
Someone says, "Do you wear a lot of black?" Yeah, I'm curious. Like, what's your aesthetic?
Absolutely. I pretty much wear black jeans. I have a black jean jacket that's full of patches and pins. Normally a black band T-shirt. I do have platform boots that I do wear for special occasions. Yeah, pretty much all black.
Let's see here. Oh, someone wants to know, what's your most prized pinball machine? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I just got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine.
You got a Texas
last year.
Oh, you got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Does it? I like because I like pinball machines that have Okay, so some pinball machines, they're like flat and they just like the theming is all just like stickers and texture, you know, and those are kind of lame.
Yeah.
But then I love the pinball machines that have like built like figures in them. You know what I mean? Like a big fucking like Homer Simpson, right? What is the
Absolutely.
what's the breakdown of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine?
Yeah, so it has a spinning leather face inside of it. It has hooks in the back that you can like lock balls on. Because in the movie, they put a girl on a meat hook. You have a freezer that a girl pops out of, and then you have a working meat grinder that the pinball can fall into, and then the meat grinder turns, and then it falls out somewhere else.
How much did you spend on this?
There's plenty of stuff.
How much did you spend on this Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine?
$10,000.
Interesting.
Yeah.
$10,000 on a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine. I feel like you know what? Honestly, because I was just talking a whole bunch of shit about people who spent $10,000 on a metal cactus. Personally, but here's the thing, right? I'm like, I think a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine is that's not as embarrassing of a purchase to me as a metal cactus. But there exists people out there who would buy a $10,000 metal cactus that would be like, why the fuck would you buy a $10,000 Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine? And thus is the nature of life. That's how we're gonna get esoteric with this. Is that, you know, some people. Oh fuck! Where was I going with this? What was I going to say?
Esoteric with life. Some people spend $10,000 on a cactus, $10,000 on a pinball machine, fulfilling your passions. Maybe. I don't know.
Bro, this one's. I'm looking this up online. This one's only $2,000.
Yeah, so that's the deposit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just looked.
$2,000 for the deposit. Yeah.
Okay. In all caps on this website, it says this is a pre-order deposit. Wow. Dude,
yeah, my local arcade has a South Park pinball machine, and every time I see it, I think of you because you said it once on a podcast.
You know what? I was about to say just now that I'm a fan of the South Park pinball machine, and then I'm now realizing that it is funny to me that I've said that on this podcast before, that I'm a fan of the South Park pinball machine. No, I like the ones that the South Park pinball machine is good. It's got stuff in it. What's your favorite pinball machine of all time? What's your favorite one?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Probably of all time, there's an Alice Cooper pinball machine. It's called Alice Cooper's Nightmare Castle. That's probably my favorite pinball machine.
Oh, someone wants to know.
It has a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Someone wants to know how old you are.
Yeah, I'm 20.
You're 20 years old?
Yeah.
You're 20 years old.
Yeah, I'm 20. 04.
You're 20 years old?
Yeah?
Dude, you're crazy. That's crazy. God damn. You're not even old enough to drink.
I'm not. But yeah, I'm old enough to go to HEARSE Con.
You're old enough to go to HEARSE Con. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? When did you start doing all this? When did you start being who you are?
The pinball, I started probably when I was like 8 or 10. My dad threw me into it. And that's where that started. The Halloween industry stuff probably started like 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, and I can't tell you why I got into the Halloween stuff. It just happened randomly.
Wait, you were doing this? You were doing you were a scare actor when you were 14?
So I started doing like the welding and the animatronic stuff when I was 14, and then when I turned 16, that's the youngest you can be to work as a scare actor. So that's when I started.
Were you playing Chucky?
Oh, I was not playing Chucky, but I wish I was.
Damn. Bro, you're you're incredibly impressive for a 20-year-old. It's like most 20-year-olds, there's no, the identity is not even remotely formed. You're like, I swear on my life, I would have thought you were like 34 years old.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Are your parents like really into this shit?
My dad's really into pinball, but outside of that, they're into it because I like it. You know, I'm lucky enough to have very supportive parents that help me out emotionally whenever they can, for all the shit I do.
Cool. Someone in the chat asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yeah, you got a bright future. Or I guess you have a bright future, even though your future will be dark and gothic. It is nonetheless bright.
And yes, in 5 years, I hope to be doing the movie stuff full time. I doubt it will take off that fast, but if not, I'll just keep on making metal art and playing pinball, I guess.
Wow, that's so cool. Someone in the chat said adults don't spend $10,000 on pinball machines, and I want to fight that. And I here's what I'll say is I don't think the people spending $10,000 on pinball machines are adults. You know, when you're like being 20, did you go into debt to fund this pinball machine?
No, I literally just bought nothing and saved, pretty much.
That's so cool, man. Do you live on your own, or you still live with your folks?
I still live with my folks.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your dad think of? What do your parents think about your life?
They think it's super cool. I mean, they're really excited about the movie and everything like that. Obviously, I still go out with my old man and play pinball. He loves doing that. That's like a bonding thing we do. And yeah, my mom, she's just incredibly excited for what I have going on, you know? Like I said, I'm so lucky to be with the parents I have.
God damn. Do you have any siblings?
No, I'm the only child.
Cool. God damn. And you're what? You're in Denver?
No, I live in Wichita, Kansas. I'm leaving tomorrow for Denver.
Cool. Are you going with anyone, or are you just riding solo?
I'm gonna ride with my old man. Yeah.
Oh, and your old man's coming with you to HEARSECon?
Yeah.
And you're driving it there in the hearse, of course.
Of course. No better car to drive in.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love that. What do your folks do?
Yeah, my old man, he works in public health care. You know, low income patients and stuff like that. Primarily, he does dental work. And then my mom, she's a lunch lady at a high school.
Damn. That's so cool. You got such a cool. Oh man, you're an incredibly impressive 20-year-old. That's incredibly impressive. This life is fascinating.
Thank you so much, Gecko. That means a lot coming from you.
That's fascinating. God damn, I feel like I have more questions for you. I'm going to look back at the chat. I don't even know where to begin. Someone said, Oh, someone said, I love that a cool, weird kid in Kansas. Oh no, someone said, a cool, weird kid in Kansas who doesn't want to kill himself. This is insane.
Yeah. There's nothing to do in Kansas, and there's a lot of weird kids that, yeah. So
you it's yeah. For there being nothing to do in Kansas, you seem to be doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
What are some of your other life goals, Dakota? What else is on the ringer for you?
The white picket fence, wife and kids. That's always been something I've wanted to do. Outside of that, I do want to become like one of the top 10 pinball players in the world. Hopefully by the time I'm old and decrepit. Outside that, I just want to keep on making movies.
How often are you playing pinball? How many hours are you putting in here?
I try to play daily if I can. If not, I'll play, on average, I probably play like 4 or 5 times a week for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Do you go to tournaments?
Yes, absolutely.
How do you do?
Normally I do pretty good. Top 3 at least. Sometimes second and first, but that's rarer.
Man, I'm inspired by you, Dakota. You got a cool story.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you this. Well, I know we've been shooting the shit for like 45 minutes or something like that, but when you called in initially, was there like a specific thing that you wanted to talk about, or just chat?
I just wanted to chat. I mean, I wanted to talk about HEARSE, but we've gone over that. I mean, we've gone over like all the points I wanted to talk about, which is insane.
Someone says, when can we watch the movie? Do you have any idea?
Right now we're told this December. It's coming out on Shudder, and the name of the movie is called Chasing Tomorrow. Chasing
Tomorrow. How many shoot days did you guys have?
We shot for 7 days.
You shot for 7 days, and you just Can I ask what the budget was?
The budget was $10,000.
$10,000. Okay, I like the way you spend your money, my friend.
I know.
$10,000.
I have to watch the show for it, I guess.
No. I'm honestly saying that very sincerely. I really am. I love that. I love you just saved up $20,000. You just grinded out $20,000. No inheritance, no fucking. You just grinded it out, and now you have a horror movie with Shudder and a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine. That's beast.
Absolutely.
That's so
We're living the dream.
Truly living the dream. Do you make bro, if you want, before we go, you can shout yourself out. Do you make like YouTube videos, or do you have anything to plug? You want to, I don't know, if one of these days you want to crowdfund a fucking thing, like where can the people find you if you want them to find you?
The only place I would plug would be my Instagram. I don't make YouTube videos. I've been wanting to, but yeah, we'll plug my Instagram.
Go ahead if you want.
Yep. It's Pinball Pro LOL.
That's it? No
Yep.
underscores or anything? Pinball Pro
Nope.
LOL.
Yep. And it is private, but I'll add anyone. I don't care.
Okay, and here's a question I got. Okay, and this might be a stupid question, but how does one be good at pinball? It feels like there's so little. There's only really 2 inputs that you can make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, it's all timing and just like getting control of the ball. So with your pinball machine, you got obviously both flippers on each side, but you can choose like how late or early to shoot the ball. So you can like aim your shots, and then from there, it's just like learning the rules of the game, starting modes, multi-ball, all of that stuff.
What's the worst pinball machine?
Oh, where's the pinball machine? I really do not like a pinball machine called Raven. It was made in the 80s. It's like a knockoff Rambo pinball machine.
Do you play any like online pinball, or is that shit stupid to you?
I do. I do it primarily to learn the rules of like a game that I don't have access to. But most of the time, it's not good for like building your skill of like reaction time or aiming, because it's an online video game. It can't be as accurate and random as real life.
Well, Dakota, man, this was a 10 out of 10 phone call. I'm extremely happy that you called in to share all of this. This is great. This is wonderful. I hope you have an awesome time at HEARSECon. Please report back. Please let us know. I don't know. Send me like a email for the Gecko mail or something. I don't know. Or don't. You don't have to do anything ever.
No, I'll send you an email. I'll send you some pictures. And
no, please.
I got you.
Please. Okay, next time I do an email episode, send me some pictures. therapygeckomail@gmail.com. Send me. I want to hear the full report on HEARSECon. And we need an update on this.
I got you.
Beautiful. Oh, this was great. This is a weird thing to say to a stranger, but I'm proud of you, Dakota. You're really doing it out here.
Thank you, Gek.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Oh, I've waited to hear that for so long. Go out there, play more pinball. That's all I got.
Beautiful. Take care, Dakota.
Yeah, you too. I'll see you later.
Wow. I cannot believe that person was 20 years old. That's hilarious. That's utterly insane. Wow. He sold a movie, building $1 trillion cactuses. And he's there, and I will say, and somebody in the chat mentioned this, because like growing up, if you were because growing up, right, like if you were at a kid's house and they had a pinball machine, like their parents were rich. That's like a classic like rich person thing. And so but then when he was like, nah, I just fucking saved up and grinded for all that shit, I'm like, damn, that's hella impressive. What an impressive person. I'm excited to hear their trip report. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what is
Can
your
you hear
name? Yo, yeah, I can hear you. What's your name?
Okay, cool. My name is Skeet.
Skeet. That's cool. That's like shooting skeet. That's from Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games. It's actually not from Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games. I think it's would you call it skeet a sport or an activity? I know it's been around for I don't think Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games came up with it. No, they definitely didn't.
No, wasn't it like skeet shooting or something? Like people shoot those like clay discs or...
Maybe they did. Maybe they came up with it. They're pretty smart, those two guys. They're pretty smart guys, doubt. Mario. I don't think that they would be so successful if they weren't so smart, Mario and Sonic. They have a lot of ideas. I wonder what... what if instead of like... what if Mario was the CEO of Nintendo? Like that was... Like, it's not actually a guy.
Wait, he's not?
Mario. Yeah, that'd be crazy. What's your name? Your name is Skeet. Skeet.
Yeah.
Skeet, if you don't start talking, I'm gonna start saying a bunch of really stupid things. So
okay. Yeah. So actually, one thing I wanted to say is actually more like ask you is are you ever gonna have guests back on the show again?
Am I ever gonna have guests back on the show again? There's no one that... Well, there's a couple things. There's no one in particular that I'm like dying to have on, I guess.
Okay, can I make a proposition then maybe or a request? If you can you get Zach Fox back on the show? Because that episode is probably like my favorite episode that you put out. Well, one of them. I don't want to say my favorite. It's definitely one of my favorite episodes that you put out a while back.
Yeah, no, Zach Fox was one of my favorite guests too. I thought he was great on that episode. I really liked it.
I didn't expect him to be like, I don't know. He seems like just like a wise dude, you know?
Yeah,
like his story about helping people when he was on acid was like,
yeah, pushing.
How's that work, man? I was just like, I was just sitting there thinking about that. I was like, damn, like I'm pretty sure I've been in the same kind of situation as that.
Yeah, I really liked that episode. I don't know if I think I don't know where he is in the universe, but right now where he lives or what he's exactly up to. But maybe if he comes around New York, I'll hit him back up. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Zach Fox. Enough about me. Tell me about you, Skeet.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know if like I sound sick or anything. I came home early from work today.
Because you were sick?
I don't know. It was weird. Like I take Adderall, and so when I first started taking it, it would like make my stomach feel like, I don't know, kind of weird. And then I don't know. Like, do you know, does Vyvanse do that for you, where like it makes you feel almost kind of like sick a little bit?
I don't. No, it doesn't make me like nauseous or anything like that.
I know it's like one of the side effects, and it's weird because when I started taking it, I would feel that, but then over time, it kind of like went away. I think it's like one of those things that like the side effects that happen for like the first like week or two of trying new medication. But I took my medication today, and I went to work, and when I got there, like my stomach just started feeling really weird. So I ended up going home early today, and I was honestly just chilling, and I saw your podcast, and I was like, yo, I gotta go talk to Lyle. Because
you should tell all of the, by the way, I don't know, you probably already are, but you should definitely tell all this to a doctor and not just me. You should tell all that to a doctor.
Yeah, I just went to the doctor, and they actually like upped my prescription. So yeah, I don't know how that works, but
how long did they give you to live?
They didn't. They actually walked in dead. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to actually go. I don't have any terminal diseases, but I would like to go to the doctor and like get my blood tested and be like, hey, based on everything that you know about me from looking at my blood and pee, how long do I have to live? Because I don't know if one of them would be like, listen, you eat too many hot tamales every day, and so you probably would be lucky if you make it to your 60s.
I like the idea of doing that, but I also hate it because I know that I want to know if there's something wrong with me, but there's like that whole other side that's like, if there is something wrong, I kind of just want to live in ignorance a little bit and like enjoy my time. You know, if it's some terminal shit, I just want to like live in blissful ignorance and enjoy my time on this earth. And then, you know, when you find out it's too late, it's like, oh, well, shit, you know?
Diagnosis is the first step to treatment, though.
Yeah, but like not a lot of the time, but like, you know, like treatment is still, I guess, sort of 50-50. It's like you could find out that you have like stage 2 cancer, and they're like, you know, you could try to do something about it, but it's no guarantee. So then it's like you're now living the rest of your life with that, well, possibly the rest of your life with that stress being like, damn, am I going to live or am I going to die? Whereas if you don't know anything, you just one day get the news and you're like, damn, I'm going to die. But then when you look back on your life, that ending sorry, my throat's fucked up. That ending part of your life is going to be like relatively positive memories instead of like that uphill battle with cancer. I don't know, my grandfather passed away from cancer, and like he chose to take chemo, and I watched him deteriorate from like my grandfather that I knew to like the shell of the person he once was before he passed away. So like I think about that plays on my mind, and I'm just thinking like, man, he chose to do that, which is cool, and we're all grateful because we got to spend more time with him. But like at the same time, I don't know if I could put myself through that, even though I love my family and my friends and everything. I want more time with them, you know, like I want to still make the best decision for myself in a situation like that. So like, you know, because dude, I think about that all the time. Like I feel like I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. Is that what it is when you're like afraid of like being sick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a bit of a hypochondriac because like I found a birthmark, or like a mole on my shoulder like a month ago, and then I ever since that day I was going through my camera roll, just like scrolling back to the farthest date where I could maybe see like you know, like see if it was there at this time in my life, and I like found a picture where I could see it from like 3 years ago, but I was still tripping out thinking like, what if I have skin cancer? And like I went to my doctor and they looked at it and they're like, nah bro, you're just tripping. So like I don't know, I'd be thinking about that shit too much. I need to stop thinking about that shit.
That's an interesting thing of yeah, okay, so like if you had like a terminal illness, would you like, you're like, okay, I could fight it, but the fight might deteriorate me, and I wanna go out, you know, let's just go out let me just let it kill me, but I can still be myself.
For me it's circumstantial, because like if I go to a doctor and they say you have some kind of terminal illness, this is the treatment and this is the likelihood of like surviving, that all determines it. Like if they tell me it's like a 50-50 shot, then I'll try it. But I mean, if I don't see any results within like the first maybe like 6 months, then I think I would just stop. Because you know what, when I say this, I think of chemo, because like chemo is just so aggressive and invasive that it's like I wouldn't want to put myself through that. If it's a different treatment though, and like the side effects are like pretty chill, then like yeah, whatever. But like I don't want to put myself through anything that's gonna, you know.
Yeah, so if you go to the doctor and they're like, okay, you're terminally ill, and we can do chemotherapy, but there's only a 5% chance that it works, you're gonna be like, fuck that. I'm just gonna go to McDonald's and finish myself off.
Yo, 5%, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I'm taking whatever I have left, and I'm like, I'm doing everything that I've always wanted to do. Yo, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm even gonna let the intrusive thoughts win, bro. Like I'm gonna rob a bank or something and give the money to my family before I go. You know, like go out in a blaze. You
know what's funny is in times that I've felt very depressed, I almost view birth as a terminal illness. You know what I mean? And I've been like I've almost viewed birth as a terminal illness, and when people are like, "Oh, you got to exercise and eat well," I've been like, "What's the point of doing that? I have a terminal illness of being a human being that dies inevitably." This is when I'm really depressed. This is when I'm like really. There's a great Onion article that goes, "Existentialist firefighter delays 3 deaths," and I was, and it's a great. But I I literally have had eras of my life where I felt like that, and I was in a moment where I was like, okay, well I'm terminally ill. I'm not even gonna fight this because I'm gonna die anyway. Let me just do all this crap. Yeah, but I've been feeling But then when I'm in the opposite, and I'm like really enjoying life, I'm not depressed. I'm like, oh fuck, I actually like this. We gotta keep going. I gotta start drinking water and eating chicken salad, And why I want to I want to fight this. Let's keep this shit going.
My problem with that is like just inconsistent, because it's the same thing. Like you get these like spurts of motivation to like be the best version of yourself, and then I don't know, for me they kind of like fizzle out, and then I go back to like kind of just being a piece of shit for a while, and then it's like a cycle, like you get to a point where you're like, damn, I'm tired of this shit, and then you start doing the good shit for yourself, start really looking after yourself, and then you're just like, damn, this shit's a lot of work, like I'm gonna go back to being a piece of shit because it was easier, When I say piece of shit, I don't mean like being a bad person.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't want to do anybody dirt or anything.
No. I was talking to someone at some point, where I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something like, as long as I don't like be an asshole and eat a bunch of Twizzlers. I said something like that, and they were like, "What do you mean how does eating Twizzlers make you an asshole?" And I'm like, "You don't understand what I'm
You just
saying.
Don't. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I was just about to say, do you like Twizzlers?
Yeah, of course I like Twizzlers. I like the pull apart Twizzlers, the cherry ones with the rope. I even like when someone had an aneurysm over at Hershey's and they made the chocolate Twizzlers. I like those even.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my
God!
God!
Know there was
they have
Twizzlers.
What's your name again?
Skeet.
They have orange creamsicle Twizzlers where they stuff orange cream into orange Twizzlers. I'll tell. How much is? Let me ask you something, Skeet. This is a question I ask myself. How much better is year 60 through 80 of my life going to be than orange creamsicle Twizzlers? That's a real cost-benefit analysis that I must do in my head. How much better is year 60 through 80 of my life going to be than orange creamsicle Twizzlers?
Hey, if the orange creamsicle Twizzlers are there, then it's going to be as good as the first day you had them.
It's going to be as good as the first day I had them.
Have you ever had those Twizzlers that have, they're like lemon and strawberry flavored, and they have this like, it's almost like a cream, but not a cream filling inside. It's like this, I don't know, but those, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge Twizzlers fan. Don't hate them, don't love them, but those Twizzlers were a staple growing up for me that I can't find anymore. And when they left, it was like a part of my childhood, like a very formative part of my childhood vanished with them. Like I'm telling you, like I was eating these Twizzlers damn near every day in the summer of like 2011 all the way up to 2014. Like those 3 summers, Twizzlers every day, and those exact ones, and I can't find them anymore.
We can't do this, Skeet. We can't do this. We can't do this, Skeet. We can't do this. We gotta drink. No, it's just oh man. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's too much. Maybe it's not too much. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people don't. I don't know how people regulate themselves. Like when I'm talking about like a guy, like there's guys out there who floss every day. How do you do that? There's guys out there, they floss every day. They go to the doctor twice a year like they're supposed to. They go to the dentist twice a year like they're supposed to. They eat candy once a month maybe. And every dinner is salmon and rice and broccoli, and they just do it. And it's not a fight for them. How do they? And they just do it, and that's life. And
like I've been.
How do you do that? Is that most people? Do most people live?
No. I genuinely don't think most people are like that. I think that, dude, like the way that the world is now, like where you can see like everybody's lives on your phone and on like multiple platforms, like you can go see the same person's posts on Facebook and Instagram and whatever, and like people are only showing each other what they want other people to see. You know what I mean? And like from the outside, it looks like the life, you know, like it looks like for a lot of people what we want to have, and little do we know these people are probably on the same shit that we are, where they're like not properly taking care of themselves.
Well,
and
hold on, I'm gonna fight with you on this, on like, cause like who do I follow? Like I'm gonna fight with you on this. These observations that I'm making of like these people who like they right. These are not the people I see on the internet. These are people I meet in real life mainly. Like I'll be like if my sister has a friend over and I'm or whatever, and I'm like. Like I'm talking about, like these are real life people. No, the people I see on Instagram. These are regular. No, the people I see on Instagram, I'm trying to think of an example here. Hold on, can you give me 1 second? I'm gonna go on my Instagram real quick. Okay. Like, who do I like? Who's on my Instagram feed right now? This is who's a popular who's a musician that you like, that you follow?
I follow ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky doesn't floss. There's no way.
No,
like that's not who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like when you see I don't think ASAP Rocky flosses. I don't know. I don't know if he does. But I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna guess he doesn't floss.
That guy's teeth is like, his teeth are perfect. He either has veneers or something. So that's maybe a bad example, because like if he has veneers, then I feel like he's probably not flossing. But like, actually no, I guess that's your point then. If he does have veneers, he doesn't have to floss, because like veneers can't get cavities or whatever. But a better example, Thundercat. I love Thundercat. Dude definitely doesn't floss. Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know Thundercat or ASAP Rocky. I don't know if they floss. But like, you know, when you go to the bank and you see a guy there and you're like, this guy flosses. That's where I see people who floss more in real life than I do on the internet.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like, you know what? At the end of the day, I like to say this with like everything. Like everything is circumstantial, and I think it is circumstantial, like with where you work or where you are or who you surround yourself with. If you do things like that, you know what I mean? Like, there's no disrespect to construction workers, but like, yo, you go to a construction worker site, none of those dudes floss. Those guys barely know how to like clean themselves properly. You know, like don't even know how to wipe their ass properly type shit. No disrespect to construction workers. I think construction workers are smart people, but it's like, in terms of taking care of themselves, like, I see like all these memes on Instagram where like construction workers are coming in and out of places and getting like the worst possible foods you can eat every day on a daily basis. So like when you surround yourself with other people that are like that, you inevitably start to become like that. Whereas like your example where you're at the bank, you know, and you look at the type of people that you're surrounded with at the bank, like your colleagues and shit, everybody's really well put together. Like you kind of have to. And then once you're surrounded by those kinds of people that are like, have their shit together, you inevitably start to get your shit together, because like it's I don't know, you're just playing the part of like the piece that you're surrounded by. I don't know if that makes sense, but like
no, that makes
sense. And that's why I think everything like that is all circumstantial. Like I say that with everything, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm like I'm weird like that, I guess. I don't know.
You know, Skeet, I actually have been flossing lately. At night, if I'm home early, if I'm home and I'm chilling and it's it's like 9:30, I'm not leaving my house that night, I floss. I use mouthwash. This is a recent development. I started doing this 3 days ago. I started doing this. Hold on. I started doing this every other day 3 days ago, and the first day was an off day. So I did this once, and I flossed, used some anti-gingivitis, whatever the fuck thing, and I promise you that I'm gonna get my gums to stop bleeding. I didn't realize that I didn't realize. Yeah, I play this game now when I walk down the street where I'm like, does this person floss and do their gums? Because they're not supposed to do that. Skeet?
No, well, if you were to floss like multiple, like if you flossed every day, then your gums just stop bleeding.
Skeet, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
My parting words. Yeah, let's just say, be a good person. Fuck bitches, get money. Fucking loud forever, baby. Let's go.
Good luck, Skeet. Good luck. That's all I got. That's all. Good luck, man. We're gonna floss. I'm gonna floss tonight because of you. That didn't make any sense, but
same. It'll be like we're flossing together.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I'll think of you.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
See
Bye,
you, bro.
Skeet. It's like we both have our own floss. What is that pillow? Someone invented a pillow that lights up when. Okay, there's two pillows and you have one, and then like your girlfriend has one, and like if your girlfriend's like across the world in a different place and she puts her head on the pillow, your pillow lights up and both the pillows light up at the same time, so it's kind of like gives like the illusion that we're together, you know? They should do that with floss pics. Like if I'm flossing, you're flossing, it's like we're flossing together. Is that a real thing? I'm gonna look this up. Pillow. I don't have like a guy in the room with me, producer person who looks things up, so I just gotta type it myself. Light up. What do I even Google to Google this? Light up pillow. Fuck it, I'm abandoning this. I'm not Googling this anymore. I can do whatever I want. I can say I'm going to Google something and then not. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? You can just say you're going to Google something and talk about it and then not do it. Feels great. Hello?
Yes, this is Thomas.
Thomas. What's up, Thomas? How you doing?
Well, I didn't expect to get on here, but here I am, I guess.
Yep, here you are. What were you doing before you called me?
Just chilling out, watching the stream. That pinball guy was pretty cool.
Yeah, that pinball guy was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really crazy. Do you like pinball? I love pinball.
Pinball is pretty cool. Like, I've only played it like at an arcade and things like that, but otherwise not really.
It is funny to say that. I've only played it at an arcade. Where else would you? I guess they have it in bar. Like, you know, I've never played it at home. I feel like most people. Well, they have it at bars. I'm trying to think of where else they would have pinball machines.
Yeah, that's true. But mostly if I go to a bar, I play pool, though.
Are you a shark? Are you good?
I'm terrible, but you know, when I'm high, I'm really good.
When you're high, you're
I don't
good?
know what happens. Yeah, when I'm high, like, I don't know how, but like, when I'm sober, my mind does not activate to me being good at pool. But when I smoke a little up, I am somehow great at pool.
I've always been fascinated by people who do things better when they're stoned. That never made any sense to me.
Like, pool is like the only thing I'm good at when I'm stoned. It's funny.
Huh. Is there anything, what are you worse at when you're stoned? Are you worse at most other things when you're stoned?
You just put me on the spot there. I really don't know. I guess like I'm very bad at overthinking when I'm stoned.
Yeah. What kinds of things do you think about when you're stoned and you're overthinking?
I mean, a lot of the things that I overthink about when I'm stoned at the moment are things I overthink about when I'm sober at the moment right now, which is why I called in.
Say that again. I'm also a little stoned. So you are so the things that you overthink about when you're in the moment
when I'm stoned.
Yeah.
Are also things that I overthink about at the moment when I'm sober.
Ah, okay. What are you thinking about right now?
Well, last week, Tuesday, I just lost my job, and it was honestly my dream job. And I don't know what to do with my life now.
What was the job?
Oh, it was a supply chain job. So it was perfect for me because I'm kind of an introvert and I didn't have to deal with people. And before that role, I was around a lot of people, like doing like more teamwork jobs, like construction, and not great with people because you don't get to pick who you work with.
So was that the main reason why the job was your dream job? Because it was in supply chain? Because you didn't have to be around people? Or was there anything else?
Yeah, I was just answering emails all day.
And you liked that?
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, I have fantastic news for you.
What's that?
There are infinite other jobs out there where all you have to do is answer emails all day.
Yeah, that's true. I'm currently hunting for that.
Yeah. No, you're lucky. That's great. Some people's dream jobs are impossible to find things.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, you're golden on this one.
Yeah. So it feels like I'm in a purgatory state at the moment because like I'm looking for work at the moment and I have nothing. At the same time, I'm not freaking out because I have enough money in the bank to just chill for a while.
Why don't you like being around people?
I mean, previous roles, you don't get to pick who you work with. Like you just apply for a job and you get in that role and you don't get to pick your coworkers, right? So a lot of the time, because I worked in those positions, there were people quite frustrating to be around. And it's made me just hate people to be like, oh, if I could just be alone, like in an office for like all my life, this is peace.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 28.
28. And have you had like jobs like that where you're alone before?
No, this was like my first one, and I had it for like about 2 years, but they had to let me go because said it was a business decision. So it is what it is. Shit happens. Life goes on.
When did you lose your job?
Last week on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that's true. I'm a little stoned. I used to have a very set boundary where I was like, I don't record these podcasts while I'm stoned. And just so people know, 99% of the podcasts, like if you're looking at the Spotify thing right now and you're just scrolling through, 99% of these, I'm dead completely sober. Unless if you count Celsius. But
well, I mean, like you also take Vyvanse, right?
I do take Vyvanse. I've been talking a lot about. I always forget that when I say things and record them and post them on the internet, that people can hear them. I always forget that. I don't know why. That's constantly lapses my mind. But yeah, every once in a while. Go ahead.
How did you find the proper dose for Vyvanse? Because I also have ADHD, actually. And the first medication that my doctor put me on was Vyvanse. And I found it was really weird because he upped my dose to like 30 milligrams. And it was really, really fucking weird.
Oh, 30 milligrams. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can go. Well, so I got prescribed 30 milligrams of Vyvanse, and then I took it. And that night, I didn't sleep, and I just watched YouTube videos about death for 8 hours, and that was bad. And so then I was like, all right, let me try. I liked the first half of that day, though. So I switched to 10. I just took 10. Now I'm taking 20. 20's feeling good. Maybe I'll... what's the word? Tirate? T-rate? It starts with a T. One of those T words. I'll T-rate up back to 30. But anyway. What have you been doing since you have been unemployed? What have you been up to?
I've had a chill summer. Like, I've been playing Mancala online with a buddy of mine that lives in the States while I'm in Canada, but got really, really good at that, and it's really fun. I recommend it.
What's it called one more time?
I've been Mancala.
Mancala.
Yeah, it's Mancala.
Okay. So I was gonna ask you this. Do you have like I know you kind of like being alone, but like do you have like friends and family and like, you know, outside of work, like people in your life and stuff?
I got family half an hour away, so I visit them like every now and then. And
cool.
I'm at the age now where like my friends are also 28 or 29, and it's really weird because people at our age now, like I feel like they're either getting engaged, have kids, or are married, and then there's me looking for a job and trying to figure life and shit out.
You're not alone in those pursuits by any means. It is true. It's an interesting age. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, yeah, it is kind of an age where, like, not most, but, like, a lot of people are getting married and having kids and shit. But I don't know. I'm 27, and I still feel like a 16-year-old boy in many ways. There's a lot of ways in which I'm significantly more matured than I was when I was a 16-year-old boy. But, like, when it comes to, like, it's perfectly normal for a 27-year-old to have a child. Like, that happens a lot. But for me, that to me feels like I'm, like, 16 and pregnant, you know?
I was going to ask you, what are your life goals?
What are my life goals?
Yes.
I would also like to one day have a wife and a child. That sounds nice. I would love to one day have a wife and a child. Not anytime soon. I'm enjoying like utter freedom for now. My life goals are to do that. I actually wrote down in my notes app a little bit ago. I wrote down everything I could conceive of wanting to do for the rest of my life, and it was that. I want to make travel videos.
You actually have a funny story about that.
Yeah,
inspired my life with your travel videos. Like,
How so?
Actually, you changed my life. Like, I think it was like last year in September and October. Like, you talked a lot about going on walks, and I saw you like going on adventures in the world. I'm like, man, that's really cool. So what I ended up doing is thought I took a ticket out of nowhere, and I flew to Amsterdam in Germany and just decided to go for a walk, like to random places, and it was amazing. And honestly, that is like my one of my number one life goals is just to do that a lot more.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. I'm so happy that I'm so happy to have had any minuscule amount of influence for you to do that. That's awesome. When I was 21, that was the first solo trip I took, was to Germany and Amsterdam. I fucking love where in Germany?
Well, I was in the northwest side, but I also went to Hamburg, which is like mostly northern Germany in a part. And well, I have family over there, so I went to visit them, which was really cool. But like I am from Germany. Like, I moved to Canada when I was 5, and for 22 years I've been in Canada. So I just recently went back last year, and I just wanted to see the land for what it is when I'm an adult.
That's sick. That rocks. Yeah. Do you where if sorry? So if where would you want to go on a walk next?
I really want to go to Spain. I think that'd be really cool. Like Barcelona.
Yeah.
I've already been to Thailand once for a month, and that was really cool. Like, have you ever had a ham and cheese toastie from Thailand?
What, a ham and cheese toastie? Is that a McDonald's thing?
Like, no, like the 7-Elevens in Thailand, right? You talked about the 7-Elevens, and then walk in, and they have the ham and cheese. And
wait, yes, I have.
How they just warm it up.
Yes, I have. I have had that. I have had that. I thought you were talking about a while ago. When I was in college, I was lucky enough to study abroad in Rome, and almost every day at the Rome McDonald's, they had this thing called the McToast, which was 2 upside down hamburger buns, and it was a grilled cheese sandwich with ham made from 2 upside down hamburger buns. Have you ever heard of this or seen this?
No, but that sounds delicious.
This is amazing. I have one every day, and my body is still reeling from the effects of that.
Yeah, I just have pizza pops for breakfast pretty much every day at this point in my life now.
Pizza pops?
Oh, it must be a Canadian thing. Let's see how I describe it.
I'm looking this up.
Like, okay, yeah, it's basically a filling with.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like a filling inside with like cheese and like pepperoni, but I know the chat is probably gonna hate me for this, but they also have ones that they have Hawaiian, so with pineapple in it, and I will fight anyone to the end. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
What's your name?
Thomas.
Well, Thomas, it's funny because you know how you said earlier that I changed your life by inspiring you to go on this walk. You've just now actually ruined my life by introducing me to these pizza pops, because I'm gonna go on Amazon and I'm gonna order about 20 of them.
Hell yeah! You know, and when I went to high school, that was strictly like 98% of my diet for like grade 11 to grade 12. That's all I had was Pizza Pops and Mountain Dew Code Red.
I'm just kidding. I'm probably not going to order these on Amazon, but do they actually? Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are just like Hot Pockets. Like
yeah,
empanadas.
pretty much. But yeah, we just call them Pizza Pops.
Interesting. Are you okay? Do you feel you have these for breakfast every day?
I'm totally fine. Like I've only had these every day for breakfast, I guess, for the last 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you about that being bad because I got way worse shit that I've eaten for breakfast.
Yeah.
Thomas, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Thomas, I've enjoyed having this conversation with you.
Thank you.
I'm very happy that you were inspired to go for a long walk. I hope that you I'm not even going to say I hope that you find another job where you can answer emails because I know you will. I think you'll be able to do that. I hope you wean off your addiction to Pizza Pops. I know what that's like. That's not good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Chill out, enjoy the summer, and I love you all.
Beautiful. Have a good rest of your life, Thomas. I'll see you around the universe.
See you in another universe, Lyle.
What a nice Canadian man. Pizza Pops. They look like oh. Okay, I was wondering, why are they called Pizza Pops? Because I was imagining, you guys probably were, I was imagining a popsicle or like a lollipop, but they're empanadas. And so I was like, why are they called Pizza Pops? Is Pizza Pops like the pa and empanada? Canada's crazy.